All right, so I need to sweep in here, but I wanted to do a video of our progress so far. All of this has been reinforced and new rafters have been added. We did the framing for skylights. We're gonna put a skylight here and we're gonna put a skylight right there. This was originally a sun porch that was added in either the 50s or the 60s. And the pitch of the roof is wrong, so instead of it flooding the house with sunlight, it kind of darkens the house. So we figured we'd put some skylights in to kind of offset the darkness. And this is going to be the new kitchen. So when you walk in, you're going to have, let me show you where you walk in. You're going to have, we're going to do like a little entrance way. I want to use like some brick tile. We have a new front door that's going in there. These windows are staying. And then all of these windows, my husband is restoring them right now. So they're upstairs, they're getting rebuilt or reglazed. And then this is gonna be where the kitchen sink goes. So the house came with a 72-inch double basin, double drain board cast iron sink. And we're gonna put that there. And that window we got from the seller. It's a storm window. And we built a frame for it, and we need to go get the glass. Our glass orders actually in, so we need to go pick that up so we can put the glass in, and then that window can go in. And then that's going to be, we cut a hole and we are going to put a little window in here. And then our stove, we have a vintage gas stove that's going to go, and then I'm going to get a vintage fridge. This big modern stainless steel fridge is going to go in our pantry because we have 4 kids and we still need a ton of food, space for it. So a vintage fridge is smaller, so at this point that's kind of our plan. We're going to put the big fridge in the pantry and put our cute little vintage one out here. Some of the wires, we're starting to do the electrical, which is exciting. And this is all going to be, this was all windows all the way down, and from that window over to this area we're going to do a solid wall. So my dishwasher is going to go here, and then we're going to have some actual upper wall space. So my husband's going to build some cabinets with glass doors. So mainly it's going to be an unfitted kitchen. So we're not doing really any lower cabinets. I honestly don't know what we're going to do exactly in here yet. We're kind of winging it, but the bulk of our food storage is going to go in our pantry. And there isn't a lot of wall space in here, which I'm kind of sad about because I like cabinets and I like decorating, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard because we opened it up as much as possible for sunlight reasons, and so I kind of lost wall space. So this just had like a little doorway. All of this wall, that's all open and everything, but this was the original exterior wall of the house. So there was like the door, the side door over here, and then there was like a window that we found that was framed in around here. And so then they added this porch, like I said, and this sun room in the either 50s or 60s, I can't remember. So we opened these up. These are, I think, 10 feet, and we put headers in to really let the sunlight in. This room is the dining room. And so again, we opened these up. These just had like little doorways. It was like very typical old house. So it had doorways on all the rooms that you could close off and just heat what you wanted. And we opened it up. So open this up. And then this had an arch originally. This was the kitchen that they had in like the 1930s. I don't know where the original kitchen was. I don't know if it was here back in the early 1900s, but I do know in the 30s they put the kitchen here. So we have a picture of the house in from 1910, and this window was, you can kind of see, was a big window like the rest of the house. There was no window here, and then this window too was a big window. And then in the 1930s, they put these 3 small windows in, and they put that huge 72-inch sink underneath it. So when we bought it, that's where the sink was, and it was sitting on metal cabinets that were not savable. They were totally rotten. So was the original kitchen always there? I have no idea. I do know in the 30s, the people who bought it kind of put in those linoleum tiles, a blue and white checkered pattern that were so popular. and they put the sink in and that. So I don't know. But anyway, this was when we bought it, this was the kitchen. And this had an arch. So we decided that we would put the arch back in to kind of keep some of the character. So those arch pieces will go here. And then this area, like I said, this was all pretty much open. There was like a little wall here. But we brought that wall out, we opened it up, and, well, actually it was open, but we took the arch down. And we closed off this area. There was another doorway, so there was like 2 ways to enter the living room, because that's the living room. So there was a little door here and a little door here. We closed that off. Our wood stove is gonna go here. And we made this kind of like an office, I guess that's what we're calling it. And then this is going to be the pantry and laundry room. So my washer, and originally when we bought it, this is where the washer and dryer was. It was right next to the kitchen sink. So it's going to go back here. And we're probably not going to do a door, you know, we're just going to leave it open. And then we're going to do open shelves in our pantry. Like I said, we're going to put the fridge in here. I don't really know how it's all going to work, to be honest with you. I really haven't thought that far ahead, but anyway, that's the plan. So this is the laundry room, pantry combination, and it is kind of far from the house. And so you have to walk through the dining room. So that's probably, it's not the most convenient thing, but it's kind of the only options that we had when we decided how we were going to reconfigure everything. So I'm hoping it won't drive me absolutely nuts. And I didn't want the doorway on this side. This is going to be a solid wall because, first of all, I have a Hoosier cabinet that I want to be able to be kind of in the kitchen dining room area, and I didn't want it to be something that I could like always look into. I wanted to kind of, if I needed it to be private, you know, like if it was messy and I had company over, it wasn't like this big eyesore. So having the doorway on this side, it's not something that, like, if you're standing in my kitchen, you can see directly into. So that was kind of my thought process. So we opened up all the ceilings. They were plaster, and the plaster was not savable. It was crumbling and falling apart. And we decided we're going to keep the ceilings like this for now because I like the look of it. And the house was built by he had a lumber mill, and so I could throw a stone from my house to where that lumber mill sat on the river. This house sits on 2 rivers, the property. So the mill was built. These houses were built by the mill, and he owned the mill. So these are boards that were milled by him. He actually built this house and then 2 other ones across the street from me, and he built them for himself and his 2 sons. So I think it's kind of a nice nod to him that we're keeping them and exposing them. Not keeping them, but just kind of keeping the ceiling exposed is what I meant to say. So some of the boards have pieces of bark on them still. They have like funny notches in them. And I know back in 1901 or around there when the house was built that they would have never ever kept the ceilings open like this, right? This would have been like, absolutely not. But, you know, we're living in 2020 and I want to be historically correct in some things, and we are restoring what we can. The windows, the trim, the doors, the clapboard siding, like we're restoring the floors, we're bringing those back. But, you know, I'm keeping it open. So we've talked about painting it white. At this point, I don't think I want to. I think I want to leave it because I do like the character that it has and the saw marks and the notches, like I said, in the bark. I think that is just super cool. So this ceiling is going to be shiplapped, and this bottom portion of the walls will be shiplapped too. And then the living room walls will also be shiplapped, and we've gone back and forth about this. I like the look of shiplap. I'm a little bit afraid of it being super trendy and me getting sick of it or feeling like, you know, oh my gosh, what have I done? It's so white. But right now, the name of the game is let's get in this house. So we are into September already and we need to be in here. Shiplap is quicker than sheetrock. It's easier than sheetrock, and we priced it out. It's a little bit cheaper than sheetrock. So that's what we're going with. And I have no idea about what we're gonna do in the other rooms. I don't know. Maybe shiplap, maybe sheetrock. I know we're keeping the ceilings open, but I don't know about the walls. So I'm in the dining room. We're gonna go in the bathroom. And I love this bathroom. This was originally a exterior exit out of the house, and it led into an L-shaped barn that had burned in the 1960s. So we turned it into the bathroom, and I really like it. It's going to be super sunny. I have a great window that's going to go in here. It's kind of a cottage style. I think it has 12 panels, and it has like a hand crank, so it goes out like that way, and I'm excited about that. I am going with kind of a, you know, I have old light fixtures that are going to go in here, and it's going to be sort of like a French country vibe. So when you walk in, you're going to have, you know, see your clawfoot. We're going to put a clawfoot tub in here. I'm going to put some sconces on the walls. I have a vintage toilet, a vintage sink, and then we are doing a pretty large walk-in shower for my husband. So we have a nice seat we're putting in, and I'm just going to do a shower curtain that's probably has a tie back to kind of, you know, give it that French country vibe. So that's, I guess, a little different than what they would have done in, you know, the between 1900 and 1920 when they started to get indoor plumbing and stuff. That would have been probably not what they did. So I guess it's kind of more of an eclectic house. But what I can restore, I am. And then coming back over here, this was the original bathroom. It was at the back of the house. These are actually the closets that were in the bathroom. The bathroom was wicked small. So we made this a back entrance. It's pretty small still. Like, I'm not sure how it's gonna work. Do some pegs on the walls for coats, I guess. A place to sit, like store winter stuff, you know, their kids' snow pants and stuff. I don't know how that's gonna work. And then this is gonna be my oldest son's bedroom, which I think he has the best room in the house. Right now we have our washing machine in here. I have laundry hanging because it rained yesterday and we have no dryer. Well, we do, but it's right there and it's not hooked up. So I think I'm gonna do sheetrock in here for him. And eventually this will probably be my husband and I's bedroom. But for now, we're putting him downstairs. He's gonna be 13. He's super excited. My sink that I love. Okay, so as you can see, I really need to sweep in here. So again, we're in the living room. Great bay window. It has that old wavy glass that I love. These windows we have not restored. These we have not touched, and I don't think we're gonna get to it this year. They have had some, we can tell, like some reinforcement, some weather stripping has been added to them and stuff. So I think we're just gonna leave them. And if they're freezing, you know, they let in a lot of cold air in the winter, we'll do plastic, or we'll do like some plexiglass inserts or something just to get through this winter. But we need to get in this house. So anyway, that's the living room that I'm excited about. And then this is this banister staircase that I love. Okay, so this was a door, not a door, excuse me. This was a wall that we opened up so it kind of flows around the house. And this is a large original window that we didn't restore and probably won't get to this year again. So we need to decide what we're gonna do in here as far as the walls go. We had to jack the house up. When we jacked the house up, it made all the plaster right here bow out. It was so bad at first. It's kind of settled and we've kind of pushed it back in, but we're gonna cut this out and do a sheetrock patch, I guess. And I gotta come in here and scrape. This is all wallpaper that was painted, and I gotta get rid of that. And I started scraping wallpaper yesterday. So it's kind of a mess up here because I was doing that yesterday and I haven't cleaned it up. So just remember that this is real life, a real renovation. We are doing it all of ourselves, you know, all by ourselves. My husband works like 65 hours plus a week. My dad is helping. He's not here right now, so we're just kind of winging it. So anyway, I started scraping the wallpaper, yesterday to get all this off and expose this plaster. But I guess the plan is we're gonna shim it and then we're gonna paint it, I suppose. So, I don't know, guys. Horsehair plaster kind of creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie. It's weird stuff. It kind of, the hair kind of gives me the creeps. I'm not gonna lie. So, and here is the master bedroom, and right now it is the window workshop. So my husband is restoring all of the windows. I think there's like 25 windows in the house or something like that. Some of the downstairs we're doing, like I said, some of them we aren't doing. We are doing all the upstairs ones. They were pretty beat. So, God bless him. He's doing a great job. This is his first time. We've never done anything like this. I don't think either one of us knew what to expect. This whole house is a whole new experience to us. We've never done anything like it. So, yeah, so he's restoring all the windows. I think the upstairs windows are finally done. We just have to paint them and then we can put them in, which is like super exciting. So this is gonna be our bedroom. And you probably can't hear it, but in real life you can hear the river, the rapids. So you can hear water flowing, which I love. Okay, and then this is a big walk-in closet. Right now it connects to the staircase. It's pretty big, so we're gonna turn it into a half bath. And that has the raw plaster, which is cool, but also kind of creeps me out a little. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in here, but so that's the bedroom. These floors upstairs are all painted, so we're just gonna clean them up and repaint them because I talked to a professional who does floors, and he said it would be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and we don't have that money, and even more so, we do not have the time because we need to get in this house. So this is going to be my little boy's bedroom. I have 3 boys and a little girl, so my oldest son will be downstairs, and my 2 little guys, they are 8 and 5, they're gonna be up here. It's gonna be their room. I wanted this bedroom because it has morning sun, and I just love it, but anyway, they got it. So these little windows are super cool. They're pocket windows, so they slide up into the wall. We have to fix them because this is the porch. Not the sun, I keep calling it a porch, but it's a sunroom where the kitchen is going now. And the metal roofing goes right up to the bottom. And so it's just not, it's not good. So we have to fix that. And then in here, I don't know what I'm gonna do for walls. So I tried to scrape the wallpaper in here and it barely scraped off. I got the spray and I let it sit and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like way too time consuming. So I don't know. I thought about doing shiplap. I thought about doing like the beadboard on the bottom, a chair rail, and then the shiplap. I don't know. I don't know if that's too much shiplap in the house. I really don't know yet. But we're on a time constraint. I know that we do not have any interest in taking this plaster down. Downstairs was enough. We have no interest in taking plaster down up here and lugging it down the stairs. So we're just gonna go over it with whatever or try to salvage what we can. I have no idea. The ceilings are really cracked up here. So we're probably gonna go over it with some like tongue and groove and paint it white. Okay, so this is gonna be my daughter's room. We were stripping wallpaper off. I have to clean it up. Again, this is like real life, real time, no crew, doing it by ourselves, 4 kids, husband working. Yeah, so, and on a huge time constraint. So this room obviously is probably in the worst condition as far as plaster goes. And I know that we cannot save this. We cannot shim this. We cannot patch this. This is just whatever. It is what it is. This is the attic. They built stairs for the attic, so we have to get like a drop down stairs. Her room is only like, I don't even know, it's like 9 by 10. It's wicked small. So the plan in here is beadboard. And I've been looking at Pinterest, and I like Googled what era they did beadboard in, and you probably wouldn't have seen it in bedrooms back in the early 1900s. It was more likely like in a kitchen or a pantry, but I'm doing it because we need to get in this house, and I think it will be cute. I'm gonna do the ceiling beadboard and, you know, do different colors or whatever. Maybe the walls are really, really light pink and then the ceiling white, and I think it will be a nice contrast, and I think it will be good. This is a huge closet and for this tiny, tiny bedroom, so we're ripping that out, and I'm gonna do like an armoire for her, a really little one. I've thought about putting an armoire out here and having her clothes be out here at the top of the stairs, because she's gonna be 3 soon, so she kind of gets into her stuff still, makes a mess. So I was thinking if it was outside of her room, maybe she wouldn't be so, you know, inclined to, and then it would make more space for her toys. She doesn't have a ton of toys. I don't have a ton of toys for my kids, but she has her little baby doll. She has a little, you know, little doll cribs and that kind of stuff. And she has a really nice doll house. It's pretty large. So I got to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know, guys, how it's all going to come together, to be honest with you. But anyways, so we're going to paint the floors up here, like I said. That'll be closed off because that's going to become a bathroom, a little half bath up here. I have a gorgeous chandelier that I'm going to put up. And then in this space, like I said, I think I'm going to do an armoire here for my daughter or something, a bureau or something. And then all of this, I don't know. I have to look on Pinterest and kind of figure out what people put at the top of their stairs. I don't want to crowd it, but I also kind of need more storage, so we'll see. But anyway, that's the top of the stairs. We have to fix this banister. It's, I don't know if you can tell, it's super, super wobbly. It's missing a spindle. So, yeah. And this door, I've showed before, it's the original door. It has a skeleton key. It has a super old lock. So we're going to fix that. And then I bought 2 other old doors to go, that door, the other front door, and then the back door. So I actually think when my husband gets out of work today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to, they're missing some glass, and they need to be reglazed and all that too. So I think that's what we're going to do today when he gets out of work, which I'm really excited about, and then we'll be able to paint them. And this one needs attention too. This one has plexiglass, like the glass broke, and they, yeah. So we obviously need to fix this, but it's a great door. It's heavy, it's solid. It's old and crackling. Originally, I was thinking of keeping this paint on it because actually one of the doors I bought is black and it's all patinaed like this too. And I thought, oh, they match and they'll be so cute, but I don't think we're going to be able to because this plexiglass situation is bad. It's like glued and nailed and screwed and I don't even know. So when we put the new glass in, there's going to be holes that need to be patched. So I was thinking of doing like a really French country shabby chic blue and white distressed look on the 2 front doors. We will see what my husband says. But anyway, so that's the house so far. We have a ton of work to do. We've done a ton. I have to keep reminding myself of how far this house has come, that it's not overnight. It's not a quick fix. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of cleanup. It's a lot of kind of layers that you kind of have to peel away, like the floors. I scraped all the floors with a wall steamer. And we do have a professional commercial sander we're going to use to sand them, and then we're going to, you know, poly them or stain them or whatever we plan to do. I got to clean up in here, but I do wish that the floors would have been kept and not covered in linoleum because I do love them. But anyway, that's it for now.